Hi, everybody. I just wanted to record this quick video just to show you exactly what I want you to do for a double log entry. So, if you take a look at this, if you take a look at our Moodle page, this is under the week of January 7 to 13. I provided you with a link to the double log chart. And here it is. So, really simply, on the left side of the chart, I want you to type out the passage that you pick. And you might ask yourself, okay, what do you mean? So basically, each week, I'm going to have you do the reading, and I'm going to have you do a little exercise called close reading. And close reading is when you think of bigger things within the story. So maybe to give you an idea for this, just to show you, I'll go back here. So one of the things that I do every week, since we're not in class to have a live discussion, is I give you lots of discussion questions, things to think about as we read through the story. So, for instance, with the Iliad, there's lots of questions about who's the hero. Is it Hector or Achilles? What's going on with women? The ancient Greek world often depicts women in interesting and sad, oftentimes sad ways. Is there anything going on between Achilles and Patroclus? What's the role of the Greek gods in the poem? Um, so there's lots of big questions to think about as you read through the Iliad. Well, rather than doing responses on those questions, oftentimes that kind of gives a generic, you can hit response. You can even use AI to write those responses. A skill that will be helpful for you even for writing the paper is to go in and find the passage yourself. So let's say that you find the passage, for instance, on Hector, where he gives a big speech or something. Maybe after you read that passage, you're like, you know what? I think Hector seems like a pretty good guy. Um, Maybe that passage is in book 6 of the Iliad. Well, on this side of the box, you would type out that passage. And on this side of the box, in like a paragraph or two, you analyze the passage. So let's say you take that big speech from Hector in book 6, and over here on this side of the box, this is where you analyze it. Here's what you think this passage is saying about Hector's character. Maybe you're siding with perhaps he's the hero of the poem. Maybe you did book 1, and when Achilles starts crying to his mother about how he doesn't get his way. Over here, you might be like, you know what? Achilles doesn't seem quite too heroic. He seems like he's a whiny mama's boy who's crying to his mom when he doesn't get his way. Is he really a hero? Um, I'm in a nutshell just looking for give me a passage here and analyze the passage over here. Do it within about a paragraph or two. So for um, the first log, I'm going to ask you guys to read um, 5 different books of the Iliad. Book 1, Book 6, Book 16, 22, and 24. And what I'm asking you to do is um, find a passage from each of those books. Except with book 16 and 22, I'll give you a choice about which book you want to pick from. So you'll at least do one passage from book 1, one passage from book 6, one from either 16 or 22, and one from 24. So you'll take a passage on this side of the box, you'll type it. On this side of the box, you'll analyze it. And you'll do that. So your second passage would be in this box, your third would be in this box, your fourth in this box. Okay, then you still have some leftover boxes left over if you need it. So the way that I want you to, so let's say you get done typing. Once you're done, um, what I want you to do, well, probably the first thing you should do before you even type, here on this chart, click File, make a copy, and this is your first log. So I would save this as J Yeager 1. Maybe your name is um, Bill Paxton, the famous actor. You would put B Paxton 1 in that case. So you can make a copy and save it um, to your Google Drive. Then you can type it, get your chart going. And when you submit it to me, I want you to click share. Anyone with the link can edit, copy the link, done. And then let me go into student mode so you can kind of see what my screen looks like. Um, Whenever I go to submit the log, I would click add submission. And then in the online text, I would just give the link to the document, then save it and submit. So that's really how you do this. I'm doing it this way rather than using Microsoft Word just because Google Documents does a good job of showing me the editing history. So I know that this wasn't just something that was generated by an AI in 10 seconds. So it shows me as well. This is a great assignment as well, though, because like I said, it shows me that you're doing some thinking on the story. So again, to come up with a good passage, oftentimes in these works, there are big speeches. Um, Maybe there's a really interesting description that you find curious. Maybe there, when we get to plays, maybe there's like a dialogue between characters that you find interesting. Whatever the case is, that'll make for room for a good response. And I have given you guys a sample reading log just to show you how a good student has done. So I hope that answers your questions that you might have. Good luck with your first reading log.